President Trump's controversial new policy to separate families at the U.S. border is drawing stiff criticism from both sides of the aisle tonight. On Capitol Hill, Republican lawmakers called the policy cruel, tragic, and an affront to the decency of the American people. Then just this evening, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell came before the cameras to say every member of his Republican conference supports a plan to keep families together as their immigration status is determined. But while his administration is engulfed in controversy, President Trump is continuing to mount a forceful defense of his policy.
I don't want children taken away from parents. And when you prosecute the parents for coming in illegally, which should happen, you have to take the children away.
But the president's claim the law requires the separation is a false one. New tonight on Nightside, we're taking a look at what U.S. immigration law says about children crossing the border. Nightside producer Stevee Chapman is here to help us understand this. And Stevie, we've had several KXLY viewers asking us why we aren't mentioning a 1997 law passed by Bill Clinton as we report this story.
Well, the fact of the matter is that law doesn't actually exist, at least not in the way the president and his administration are presenting it. What they're actually referring to is a 2 decades old court decision known as the Flores settlement. It began as a class action lawsuit back in 1997, but the Justice Department ultimately negotiated a settlement during Bill Clinton's administration. The Flores settlement requires the government to keep families together for 20 days, but nowhere does it say families must be separated once that time is up. Now, the Trump administration has made this interpretation on their own, and while President Trump currently has the right to create the policy that separates these immigrant families, his administration's claims that the policy is a result of U.S. law is inaccurate.
Senate Republicans are feeling the pressure to respond to this policy and say they are considering solutions for these children and their families. How is the White House responding to those plans?
Well, the White House says the president doesn't want a quick fix. What he wants is immigration reform and funding for his wall. His own aides are sending mixed messages about why the policy exists. This is what Homeland Security Secretary Kirsten Nelson had to say when a reporter asked her if the administration was using these children as pawns.
Now, are you intending for parents to be separated from their children? Are you intending to send a message?
I find that offensive.
Why?
No, because why would I ever create a policy that purposely does that?
Perhaps as a deterrent.
No.
But just hours later, Attorney General Jeff Sessions gave a totally different answer.
A deterrent, sir.
Well,
are you considering this a deterrent?
Yes. Hopefully people will get the message and come through the border at the port of entry and not break across the border unlawfully.
Well, no matter the case, there still is no indication of any of the immigration measures currently being debated on Capitol Hill have the votes to pass. And while the president has called on Congress to act, the reality is the policy to separate families at the border is one he has complete control over, and he could end it without any action from Congress.
It's an issue we are following closely. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more. Stevie, thank you.